Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host. You know where I am. I'm here every single week. I'm down at the Peppermill right on Las Vegas Boulevard, and everything's going on in Las Vegas. I'll tell you, this is really, it is what they say it is. 24 hours a day action. So if you can't sleep in the middle of the night, you just get up and go to a casino and have fun. Why not? I have with me today, I have Rick Sachs from Saks Fifth Avenue. No, I'm sorry.
Close enough.
But it would be nice if you were.
That was my cousin. That
was your cousin. That was his cousin. Well, if it wasn't, it is now.
Yeah.
And then I have Ron Garrett with me. Ron Garrett has just started a new talk show.
Yes.
A talk show. What is it? It's called Las Vegas Rocks Radio Show. This is my intro card. You know, it's really quite small.
There's your script. I hand you the script.
This is my script for the show today.
Well, thank you for having us on today.
Absolutely, because when you're
it.
starting this new radio show, Ron is 100% not new in the business. He's been in the business for years and years. I mean, you're very well known in
Las Vegas for
in Las Vegas.
49 years now.
49. That was before my time.
Mm-hmm. You weren't even born yet, Nina.
No.
Neither was I.
49 years ago, I came and landed at McCarran Airport.
McCarran Airstrip.
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 At the time, it was.
At that time, it was a strip.
At the time, there was one runway, and you actually parked your car right out in front of the place and walked right into the airplanes. It wasn't like anything like now.
It wasn't like this is now.
It was. You could park and go. But that was then.
It was like
this is
but
now.
Now it's now. So, actually when you look at, life and how life goes on, it's amazing how it's grown. I mean, you could fly into Vegas and you could actually see all the lights and the strip and everything else. Now it's so vast. It's amazing. I think that Vegas is one of the most up-and-coming cities probably of the world because we still have housing. Buying a house here is still quite low.
It's reasonable.
Rentals are still quite low. Well, we say reasonable because we're used to Vegas.
Utilities are cheap.
Utilities are cheaper.
Yeah.
But you go to Los Angeles, California, you're way ahead. I was in California and driving back, I've never seen so many U-Hauls coming into Vegas.
Well, they're bailing out of California right and left.
But they're coming to Vegas.
They're coming to Vegas because of all the issues they've got there. High taxes, high rents, lots of homeless people. The only place that's left that's like California used to be is San Diego area.
Yeah, and that's getting overcrowded too.
That's not a problem down there, but the rest of California. But my new show is called the Las Vegas Rocks Radio Show.
Yes.
It's on every single Saturday now, Saturday evening at 5 p.m.
Okay.
On KMZQ Radio, 670 AM, broadcast radio, not a internet radio station, not a blog, not a podcast. It's live.
Direct live.
It's live and in real time.
So anybody driving can dial into the number.
Yes.
And then listen to you.
You just turn the radio on.
An hour, 2 hours, how
We're
long?
on for 1 hour right now. However, the station has already come to me and asked me to do another hour.
He hasn't even done the show yet.
I'm on this week. This is week 4.
Week 4.
We've done 3.
So how's it going? Now you're also working with Ron, correct, Rick?
Right. I'm the associate producer. I book some people. Ron does a lot of the work. But he hands it over to me. I book them and confirm them, and then confirm them again.
He's like the entertainment director.
Well, yeah. Then you have to confirm them again because then this is Vegas,
right?
And they cancel out.
Well, nobody's canceled yet.
Nobody yet, but they do.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And there's a reason for it. They don't do it purposely. They do it because they get a gig.
Well, there's something that happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I had one of the. I'm not going to say who it is because he'd be
would
embarrassed.
Be nice. Yes.
But I had one of the acts on.
Yes.
That had a show the next day.
Okay.
When he got to my show on Saturday, his show had been canceled the next day. So he calls me up before the show. He says, "Do you still want me to come down?" I said, "Of course."
Of course,
You know, we'll just pretend the show is still going.
Yes.
Which he came down, but he admitted it after a while. But that's something that just happens.
I think you have to be honest to the public. See,
Absolutely.
I'm very honest with my show. If nothing's going to happen, it's not going to happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Sometimes I can't help that we advertise. Sometimes this happens. We advertise a guest, because that's what we do on Facebook and everywhere else. And sometimes they can't show up, but they don't do it purposely. They do it because they have a gig.
Well, he came on and we supported him.
Of course.
Yes. And we made recommendations and so on.
Yeah.
If they got a gig, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want anybody to come on the show that's looking for a job.
No.
You know, and a lot of entertainers, of course, I feel for them that can't get work as quickly as they like.
We don't look for a job, but we look to promote
themselves,
so
yes.
that people can hire them. So we're not really doing a job thing like you said. No, we wouldn't be doing that anyway.
Yeah.
But we actually, I've got you on because I want to advertise. I'm letting people know that he now has a radio show, which is
I'm going to invite you on right now. If you have,
does he really want to do that?
I do. I want Ninon on the radio show live in real time.
Okay.
Actually, you can even call up and ask her questions if you wanted to.
There you go.
Because it's
What's
in
the
real
number?
time. I don't know it. What's the number? You got it on that card?
6:70 a.m. That's it.
6:70 a.m.
Six-
No, my
6:70
number is
a.m.
on that card. If you
So,
want it.
I want to ask you, if you'd like to come on the show on Friday, on Saturday.
On Saturday, yes.
Well, they want me to do Friday night too, by the way. That's why it came into my
okay,
head.
yes.
On Saturday at 5 o'clock on February the 8th.
February the 8th, perfect. I can do that.
And I will have Rob Garrett on with you.
I love Rob Garrett. I've known Rob Garrett
And
since I've been in town.
Rob, of course, is the one of the best
Well, he
Neil
does
Diamond.
he does the Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond tribute artist, and he's
Tribute,
terrific.
yes. He's amazing.
He'll be on. Also, I'm going to have the Rainmaker production people on. They're going to
I know
fill
them.
in for Ricky over here because he's not going to be doing his restaurant report that night. So,
Okay. So
Sam
you do a
Shockley
restaurant
will do it.
report?
Yes.
Oh, how wonderful.
Well, look at this. It helps. No, I do. I do my bit.
You have to
know.
just have little tastes and not eat the whole thing.
Well, you know,
But it's hard when you're hungry.
I have to give it 5 Rickies. You know,
Oh,
that's my rating.
that's your rating. 5
Yes,
Rickies.
5 Rickies. That's the best
How's
restaurant.
how are your 5 Rickies going?
So far, so good, right?
Well, I won't let him do 4 Rickies. He's got to do 5
There
Rickies.
have to be 5.
Just
There
in
have to be
case I
5.
want to go see that person as a sponsor. I don't
Okay.
want to upset anybody.
Well, I wanted to do something last week, and he didn't care for it, so I had
No
to go with
negatives.
something
No
else.
negatives. My show's totally positive,
I couldn't
upbeat, in
agree
real
with
time.
We do not want any negatives.
No
at all.
negatives.
No, a negative goes to negative, and negative goes nowhere.
So essentially, he's not doing a critique. He's just doing a review.
No review.
And then we go back and forth, so he, breaks balls a little
That's
bit.
right. I give
I
him
know,
a lot
but
of
this
It's fun,
is
it's
radio.
fun.
You know, if you want to understand, radio is totally different to television. Television, you can have a split second. You can have nobody talking. Radio, you have to have a continuous flow. You do.
Okay.
You that's radio.
No, Ron threw a cue at me the other day, and I didn't know he was going to throw it right then and
Well,
there.
you've got to be prepared.
Yeah, so there was like
that's
dead
the
air
whole
for like
thing
5
about
seconds.
yeah, you can't have that.
But he came back right away, and
Because he knows radio.
oh yeah, it was Mr.
I do.
Radio.
I do a little bit, but I also want to say the name of the show, as we said, Las
Yes.
Vegas Rocks Radio Show, is a tribute to my good friend and former. He was formerly alive. I want to say it that. I don't want to say dead now. Tony Sacca.
He passed away.
He passed away. Tony Sacca passed away.
Formerly alive.
He created the jingles that I'm using, Las Vegas Rocks, The Greatest Town Around, Vegas Nights. These are the songs I use during the show
Yes.
as jingles in and out of the commercials and for the open and the close.
Sounds really good.
And my partner in the show is, and you know Josette
Oh,
LeBron.
of course I do.
You know,
yes.
and
Hi, Josette.
A lot of people get a kick out of the two of you together because
Yes.
you both of you are so beautiful, and there is resemblance, I have to say.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
There is a
absolutely.
resemblance.
That's a compliment. Thank
And
you.
she's beautiful, you're beautiful, so it's a lot of fun.
And the accents.
And the accent,
The
but no,
accent.
hers is French, and Ninon is
Yes,
from
I'm
England.
from England.
Right.
I have a French name though. I know everybody gets confused, and I was married to an Italian, so we really, I'm like a dog, a mongrel.
It's the United Nations. It's very.
I'm the
impressive.
United. Oh, I like your phraseology better. United Nations.
it's very
that sounds
impressive.
better.
Sounds
Well, that's
good.
what it's all about.
Sounds very high end.
We want to promote people. I call it the show before the show. If you have a show that night, last week we had Craig
So
Cantor
that's
on.
similar to
Yeah.
what I do, but it's radio. So he's actually wants to get you, if you've got a show, say the following, or on the Sunday, or through that week or the following weekend, he'd love you to come on his show so that he can promote it. That's what we do. We promote, like I'm promoting right now, I'm promoting Ron
And thank you.
and Rick, actually, because they have a fabulous show, it's a new show. And to start something up in Vegas that's new is pretty hard, because to get accepted, I'm in my 5th year down here at the Peppermill. Thank you, Peppermill, for supporting us. They're amazing. And they are, absolutely
Very few
amazing.
shows last 5 years like yours, Ninon.
Really?
They really don't. And you're amazing what you've done here.
Oh, isn't that
And
lovely?
the fact that you're at the Peppermill, I think, is a real plus.
I love the Peppermill because it's been here since 1972. So we've got, all the sort of, and we get a lot of guests on that are old performers.
I came to this place many, many nights in 1972 and 3 and 4 and 5. After a night on the Strip, we came here at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, Elvis Presley used to come here after
did.
the show. We used to shoot in another booth the other end, but this is a better booth to shoot in. But we used to shoot in the Elvis Presley booth. It was fabulous. But without, this is somebody else's booth, but it's there's no name attached to it because they didn't want a name attached to it. I just made that up. It's now the Vegas Live with Ninon booth.
And this room in particular is famous.
Isn't it fun? Yeah, the whole room is
Oh, the
famous.
whole room is famous.
Well, we're actually in the Fireside Lounge, and then we've also got, the restaurant out there, so the food is out.
And it really hasn't changed the decor much. It's pretty much the same all these years.
I know, and I think that's kind of the gimmick. That's kind of,
it's
the lights
nothing
and
like
everything are beautiful. They're just
Nothing like
fabulous.
it.
Just fabulous.
There's nothing like this.
And every mobster in Las Vegas came in this place at one time or another, back in the 70s and early 80s.
Well, they're still coming. People tell me there's no mobsters around anymore.
No more. They're not here no more. No more mobsters.
There are. There's plenty of them.
Oh,
If they didn't sit here, they sat over there.
They can sit
They've
here.
all changed their last name to Garrett.
I'm surprised you're not wearing sunglasses today.
No,
But
we're on
these-
television, Ricky.
No, I understand.
These are his sunglasses. They're kind of green. Okay, so where can they come and would you like to put a message out there as where they can reach you and everything else again?
Ricky,
Okay.
you want to be on the show? You have a show coming up that's going to be within a week of our show, which is live, or even that night. Last week, Craig Cantor was on at 5 o'clock, and he appeared that night at Chianti at 7.
No, that was Michael Monge.
I'm sorry, Michael Monge.
Michael Monge.
Yeah, he was on last week.
Hi,
Yeah.
Michael.
Craig appeared at the Italian American Club.
Italian American Club in the Sinatra Room.
And the Sinatra Room, that's
and
right.
he's going for a second show. The first show was sold out. They rescheduled. They didn't reschedule. They scheduled him for another show.
Another night.
And this week I've got Denise Clementi, Amanda Kaiser, and Elisa Fiorello on the
Isn't
show.
that amazing? I will be on February the 8th. I'll be on his show.
On the
with,
1st, I've got the Duke of
with
Fremont
Ron
Street.
Garrett.
Yeah.
Should you want?
So
my
we're
phone
really
number?
looking forward to you being on the show.
Oh,
I'm going to have a lot of fun
we'll
with you.
have a lot of fun, yeah.
Give you a lot of time. You're going to get 15 minutes of fame on the red carpet on the show.
There you go. Isn't that amazing? We'll be right back. Don't forget to subscribe. Vegas Live with Ninon. We'll be back with our next guest. If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.